Alright, so gonna finish up with the limits. I would just assume that you need to factor and reduce. Now, I wouldn't even want to put the 5 in there right now anyway, just because everything's so big. So you got x minus 5, x plus 5, and then let's see here about the bottom.
X plus 5 and x minus 3.
X minus 5 plus 3. No,
Wait a minute.
X plus 5.
Wait a minute. That plus sign says that the signs are the same. This says that they're both going to be negative. So we need a negative 5 and a negative 3. So these cancel. And then you can just plug in your 5. And you got a 10 up top. And you got a 2 in the bottom, which gives you 5. There we go. So y'all good with that?
Hold on.
Make sense? Okay. All right. Now this one, it says go into infinity. So when you see go into infinity, I need you to think horizontal asymptote. So what is it doing for horizontal asymptotes? Do y'all remember y'all's quick rules about degrees?
Yeah, the one in the top. The one in the bottom is higher than the one on the top.
That's true. Is that the case that we have here? No, they're the same. So what is that rule?
It's going to be 4 over 2.
Exactly. So since these powers are the same, we're going to take these two numbers right here, stack them up. Y equals whatever that reduces to. So that's your horizontal asymptote. That's just because your degrees are the same. Alright, so now this one, we're going to infinity again. So we're still doing horizontal asymptote, but that's that other rule.
The power on the bottom is bigger than the one on
Right. Since the bottom is bigger than the top, this is automatically going to be 0. So it's just your horizontal asymptote rules. Okay, now this, where is the function discontinuous? It's basically, guys, if you were drawing it with your pencil, where would you pick up your pencil? Yes, and your answers are all X's. And just because you got a sharp point here doesn't mean anything for continuity.
I don't know how we do that.
Where do you, it's basically asking where do you pick up your pencil? Like if you were going to sketch that, if you were going to trace it, where would you pick up your pencil? You'd have to be right in here, right?
Yeah.
So that's where X is 1. And it's only that one spot where it's broken. So you know it's not C. There is a spot, so it can't be D. So it's just asking you, where's it broken? That's it. Where is it broken? Alright, so now this thing says, okay, different question. It's asking you about continuity, but there's no picture. How do you know when this thing's going to be broken? Where will it have to have breaks?
The bottom?
Yes, vertical asymptotes. Remember, vertical asymptotes is always going to be the bottom, set equal to 0. So you've got two of them. You got this thing, 2x minus 8 equals 0, and then you got the other one, which is negative 3 minus 6x equals 0. We need to solve them both out.
8x equal to 2x. No, 8 equal to 2x, which is 4.
Right.
And then 3 equals 6x, which is a negative 1.
Okay, now make sure we get our signs right, because the 6x goes over, he's positive. So that's x is negative 1/2. Okay, and it's just those two. So don't let this one in the middle with the 3 answers throw you. There's only 2 things in the bottom, so there's 2 places where it's broken.
So when it's discontinuous, we're always going to set up equal to 0.
Because it's just asking where's the vertical asymptotes. Same type question, just worded different. Now this one right here, make sure you're looking close, and that's not just a regular F. So it's actually wanting, first derivative. So let's do first derivative. So we got negative 18x plus 8. And then it says let's plug in an 11. So calculators. And some of these questions have stupid numbers, and you're just going to have a calculator. Negative, oh, so all this comes out to be negative 190. Thank you. But yeah, just be prepared for bizarre numbers. Okay, y'all good with that? From here on out, it's going to be like derivative, 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 derivative. Okay, now same instructions. The instructions are the same. You're going to take the first derivative and plug that in. So what do you need to do to that before you take the derivative? Yeah, so rewrite it, and that's x to the what power? Half. Okay, so now let's do the first derivative. Bring our half down, and remember we're going to subtract whatever that denominator is stacked up. So it's going to be a negative 1/2. Now I would clean it before I put anything in there. When you clean that up, what does it look like? 1 over 2, and then where does the x thing go? The bottom. And instead of doing x to the 1/2, are y'all okay with doing just square root of x, just going back to normal? Now plug in your 25. So if you plugged in 25 right there, what is the square root of 25? 5. So 2 times 5 gives me 10. So I got 1 over 10. And that was kind of nasty, but you know, y'all supposed to have some skills. You're supposed to. All right, now this one, same thing, is nasty again. So you got to do first derivative. What rule is required? Oh, no, wait a minute now. That's a fraction. So what do we need?
We're taking the first.
First derivative. Quotient rule. Yes, quotient rule. Alright, do y'all remember your quotient rule? Okay, well let's just write it to start with, remember? Because if we've got u over v, you remember how it goes? V u prime minus u v prime all over v squared. So you gotta remember your rule, because I ain't gonna tell you. So v is the bottom. So we got, right, and then what is the derivative of the top? Nothing. And our number for nothing is
0.
0. Okay, that's okay. Alright, so then we've got the top times the derivative of the bottom.
Just 1.
Just 1, right. Okay. And then we're going to take the bottom, we're going to package them up, and we're going to square it. So that is our derivative. Now, what happens with this first set? It goes out because of that 0. So we just have the second set. We need to clean that up. Wait a minute. I've got positive 3. And then I got x plus 4 squared. Okay, so we finally got it clean. We need to come down here and we need to put in a negative 2. So in my little derivative, I'm going to plug in a negative 2. So it's negative 2 plus 4 squared. Right? Doesn't that mean I got a 2 squared in there? Which is going to give me 3/4. I have no idea which answer that is. There we go. B. Better? Okay. Got another question. Oh, hold on.
The next one?
No. You just got to know it for this one.
Oh, I think so.
Okay, but you just got to know the question rule, because I'm not sure that it's stuck in your brain. Now this one should have been easy. I'm hoping this is like a little give me question.
Isn't this the one? It's gonna be 8x to
You
the
just
third,
dropped them.
Yeah, 8x to the third,
and then 9x to the second, and then 9 drops.
and the 9 goes away because the derivative of the constant is 0. So yeah, it's just B.
Oh, again.
I was trying to
I
give
thought
you a happy
the
problem.
only one I'll get right.
Not true. Not true. This one's not that bad. He's ugly, but he's not bad.
7 fits to
Okay, so whenever you do it, I mean, go slow and show yourself all the little pieces. I'm not going to rewrite it. I'm just going to do the derivative. But think about it, you got the 9 there, and then 7/5 has to come down, right? Then what do you do with this power?
It'd be 2/5.
Right, because you're going to take that right there and you're going to subtract out 5 over 5. So 7 minus 5 gives you 2/5. Perfect. And then the rest of it's kind of normal. Or what was that middle term turned into?
Minus 10x.
10x. And then do you see that this term doesn't even have an x in it? You're trying to mess with your head.
Yeah,
If it doesn't have an x, it's just a number. And the derivative of any number is zero. So that goes away. You don't have anything. So we just have to clean this part up. Quite honestly, you can look up in your answers. These are out because that's somebody who got confused on the
It's not B neither.
the third one. So
And it's,
can't
it's not B.
it's not B because it doesn't have the right power, does it? So yeah, there you go. You can figure that out, or you can just type this in the calculator and hit math enter in. But think about it. That's 9 over 1, right? So 9 times 7 is 63. 5 times 1 is 5. So that's where they're getting it from. It's not, totally crazy. But yes, use your answers to help you.
Hold on, let me write that down.
Okay. All right, so let's see here. This one just says find the derivative. We do need the good old chain rule. Here we go. Chain rule. All right, let's see if you remember. Now, for some reason, the problem did not give you f of x, which is just totally bizarre to me, but whatever. I'm going to write down a little f prime of x just because. How do you apply the chain rule to that?
Moves 3 to the front.
3 comes down. Then what?
Right, your x squared equals 2.
Yep. The insides stay the same, and then what happens?
Drop exponent.
Drop the exponent, and then what's out here?
2x.
2x, yes, that's the do. Okay, so don't forget to do the do. Now, which 2 pieces of that go together?
2x and
These 2 pieces can
6x.
go. So we got 6x. This is raised to the second. Now, the way we did it on our test is I'll let y'all just stop right here. But if you're going to match their answers, you got to multiply it out. So what part has to be multiplied out first?
The x squared.
The square, the little binomial. So just take it and leave this package now. Square your first, twice the product, and square the last. And then you can just distribute. 24x to the third plus 24x. So it's not this one, it's not this one, and it's not this one, so it's got to be B. I'm all about some process of elimination. Everybody got it?
Okay, so we're not going to have to go that far on our exam.
No, I mean, it's going to be like that.
She's saying
Be
usually we
prepared.
do it, we just leave it.
Normally, I would do this. I am going to just check them by hand. If you leave it there, I'll probably just give you the credit for it because I am going to check it by hand.
Okay.
I'm not stamping it, but it's not going to kill you to multiply it out. But if you've got this, I will give you credit for it. Okay, let's see here.